Hi there, and welcome to the online training session, How to Thrive and Survive in Your First 3 Months of a New Organisation. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it that you've accepted an offer, you've agreed on a start date, you might have taken a little bit of time off, but as day one approaches, you're probably struggling with a few ranges of emotions like pride, exhilaration, anticipation and apprehension. All of these feelings are unavoidable, but they are healthy nonetheless. So, what we're going to be doing is making you feel a little bit more confident with moving forward, giving you some great skills and some knowledge that will help you calmly go into the next 3 months. So during your first 100 days or first 3 months, you're going to be scrutinised from your colleagues, your peers. Everyone's going to be checking you out. They're going to be seeing if they can trust you. The managers will be watching very closely to see how quickly you're going to be contributing towards the bottom line, and also to see if they've made the right decision in hiring you. So, and if you've got subordinates, they'll be watching you very, very carefully as well to see your management style, and to see how the best way is to work with you. So the good news is that you've got a huge amount of rope. They will be flexible with you if you make mistakes, as you're learning how things are done in the new workplace culture, you do get a lot of slack. So you don't feel too worried that you don't know everything straight away. It's your honeymoon period, and people are pretty flexible for that. So what we're going to do, there's a few different areas that will help you to really get the confidence and to calmly go into this new workplace. And I've made them in a MORPH. It's called MORPH. It's an acronym for Mingle, Optimise Performance, Respect the Culture, Politics and Head of HR. So they are the 5 areas that we're going to be covering now to thrive and survive in your new workplace. Basically, with your colleagues, the biggest thing that I can say here is to build relationships with every individual if you can, and build it based on trust. Be reliable, be consistent in who you are and what you say. Become an integral part of the team. Watch and learn to see how people talk to each other, but really make it a priority to try and get to know each and every person on an individual basis. The best thing in a work level is to get a great level of communication in the meetings, to be able to share, even straight up, to listen. Listen more than you talk, but when the time feels right for you to share at meetings, to speak positively all of the time, to have a positive vibe about you, to be supportive of your colleagues, to help them out if you can in any way, to really collaborate with them at the end of the day, to be a really great team member, and show appreciation for when each of them will help you along the way. So they are some points. There's more information on the worksheets in your folder or on the link that came with this training program if you're interested in that. How to build rapport with your leaders, and this is as important. I'd always suggest that you learn what the priority is for them. So learn what their goals are for the next 3 to 6 months to 12 months, and see if you can sync in with helping them achieve those goals. So you've got to really quickly develop a rapport with them that's based on trust, and be the person who comes to them with the ideas of that you can innovatively solve their goals. So that's a very important thing. And the last thing is to present them with solutions and not problems. So don't just dump all of the problems on them. Come to them with some possible solutions. If you're going to be managing an existing team, there's a certain technique that I'll give you here that you might be familiar with. You might use it or put it into your own type of style. But the first thing I do is to actually call a team meeting and to introduce yourself, your goals, the way that you like to work, your expectations, to tell them what things will be changing over the next 3 months and what things won't be changing, to set standards, levels of expectation. That's always a good place to start. You'll be conducting one-on-one interviews with them if you follow this method, and that also will talk, get to know their background, their experience, their goals, their career goals, and what concerns they've got with the next, say, 3 to 12 months. It's reiterating again when you've got them one-on-one, reiterating the expectations that you've got, asking them then what they expect of you. So this does catch people off guard. So you have to ensure that you demonstrate a sincere interest in actually wanting a response to that question. So you can then have each team member train you on a various aspect of the group's operations. This provides a lot of one-on-one time, and it sets an example that says, I'm not above you or doing tasks you do. And then after that, it's visiting on a regular basis, just even to say good morning or touching base with them on the topics that you've been communicating with them about. So in short, the efforts to establish yourself as the leader will be highly appreciated by your team. And they will help you succeed as the leader that you are. So that's that is the area on leadership, and there's some more information on that on the web page. The next one is the 10 tactics to optimise your performance, and these are some great steps that if you want to write these down or refer to the handouts, then I definitely recommend that you do. So the first thing is getting to know your new organisation, and that's understanding how your company works. If you work in a large company, you might feel that you're just a piece of the puzzle, but if you know how the company operates, you'll see the importance of your own job, and you'll also see room for potential growth or improvement. You'll be able to watch and learn. You listen quietly, and you'll see how things are done, the way people talk to each other. You'll get to know all of the type of the culture that is on the internal, on the inside, inner sanctum, not the external culture that they all advertise on their websites. You really get to know their organisation. Communicating effectively is the next most important thing, and as often and as thoroughly as possible, keep your leaders informed about whatever you're achieving, whether it's large or small. They are going to report it probably back to their managers or the HR department or the recruitment firm that they use to hire you. So be open to express your opinions. Your team wants to know what you think, even if it's not in agreement with everybody else. You were hired because you've got a unique set of skills and experience, and what you've got to do is you've got to clearly communicate your ideas and be flexible and be confident in yourself, stand tall and be proud as you're speaking, and be able to back up what you're saying with evidence. By looking people straight in the eye with a comfortable and positive vibe, you really are going to become an effective communicator, if you're not already. So aiming to achieve the goals, like having been goal orientated within the first 3 months, what are you going to achieve, is a great way, especially if you're professional or executive, and it's setting realistic goals and then sticking to them. So breaking those down into fortnightly goals or weekly goals or daily goals, this is the time to have great time management skills, because you are under the pump. People are going to be scrutinising how effective you are. So this is the time to be the best that you can be and achieve whatever you can. Reflecting on your performance is obviously the next thing that you do at the end of the week or the month, and really figuring out why you didn't achieve what you wanted to achieve, thinking about how you could have done things differently, asking if there's room for improvement, like thinking to yourself. So it's critically analysing and assessing your own performance. The next one is learning and sharing, and that's basically adding value to yourself. Like the net is an amazing resource. You can learn a lot about your current market and how it's affecting your company and the industry that you're in. You can become a member of the associations and speak online, get into the groups in LinkedIn, and really ask for people's opinions, ask for people's help. People are very, very good at contributing to help you. So I would definitely acquire the knowledge and then share it with your management team, with your colleagues, and that would help the company improve, and you'll be seen as somebody who is really adding value. Always record your results. So whatever you do, you've got to jot them down in a nice little notepad that you keep very private. You want to keep details of complex problems that you resolve, or how you've helped colleagues, how you've helped solve an unusual problem, anything like that. So when you're in the performance review, you'll be able to list the huge list of benefits that you've brought and how you've contributed. So having a positive attitude is a huge area that you've got to exude a positive vibe. Celebrate the wins. Really have fun as you're doing this. You're going to be it's going to be a huge learning curve. So you've really got to pat yourself on the back when you do achieve what you want to achieve. Be open to constructive criticism as well. So you're going to be moulded into being the ideal employee for that particular role. So just take it on the chin and come and accept it in the eyes that these people are trying to help you. They're not criticising you. The next thing at the end of the day on a weekend is just to relax and recover. The first 3 weeks are going to be huge. You could come home with headaches and things like that. A lot of people do in their first 3 days especially. So don't book any huge nights out or big exciting adventures around that time. So the next step is actually demonstrating that you like the culture, that you're willing to assimilate into the culture. And part of this is watching the cues, the verbal cues, listening to what people say and how they say it, reading between the lines and interpreting what the hidden or suggested message is, and then confirming. If you're not too sure, you can to ask what was meant by that. For example, like really reading between the lines. Develop a trust with someone so you can really understand what the unwritten message is. Confirming with your trainers that what you're doing is correct. Don't just assume. And attending those Friday night drinks is so important. Even if you don't drink, just go along for an hour and attend the lunches and that sort of thing, because that's where the real culture emerges from the workplace. If there is politics, there's politics in every company, but you've just got to find out how deep it is. Basically, you've got to develop a reputation that people can trust you, and that'll grow over time. It's avoiding any form of manipulation as much as you can, always being positive, choosing your friends wisely and associating with those positive people, and avoiding the negative people or the deadwood, people who don't contribute. Tapping into the gossip grapevine, which is always going to be there, but doing it in a positive manner that doesn't actually focus on people. It focuses on the task. So it's not criticising people. You don't criticise people ever. You could critically assess the process or procedures or something like that. You never talk about people in that manner. That's the best way to deal with the politics. So basically the 3 steps to managing your own career, because HR aren't going to do it. They're employed by the company, so they've got the company's interests at heart at the end of the day. It's knowing the goals of your boss and supporting your boss's decisions, making your boss look good because you're helping him achieve his goals. It's taking the initiative to develop your own skills and knowledge. And it's asking for feedback and keeping a record of your results. So they're the 3 takeaways that I would definitely write down from this training session. Overall, the final 6 tips that I've got, just as a bonus: don't do anything radical. Add value from day one. Establish your work style parameters. Like, don't work back till 9 o'clock every night if in the first 3 months, if you're not prepared to do that for the rest of your career within that company. Give quality workmanship in everything that you do. Keep your focus on your career and where you want to go, and keep a balanced perspective. So that's your life and it's your career, and you're the head of HR. So I hope this has helped. I will see you in the next training session. This is Bonnie Power, and thank you for your time.